Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good day, welcome. This is ViperAS for Viperland Stream, my streaming video game show, which is also on YouTube. And I'm continuing to play Dark Souls. I'm going to play my Viperland character. Played for, go figure, an hour, which is the chunks that I actually do these videos in. If I recall correctly, we left off just opening up the shortcut back to the Undead Burg from where that dragon kind of flew over. So we'll start off there. I still have a ways to go before my knowledge of this game runs out, so we'll try and get as far as we can before that happens. First thing I'm going to show you real quick is a really good farming spot. If you need a handful of souls and you don't want to do it the hard way by actually killing things, you come up here, you pop your head out, you go right under, dragon breathes his breath again, and you get 555 souls. That said, if you pop your head out again, he breathes his breath again. So the best thing to do, just run right back down here, touch the bonfire, and it resets him. Then you can just run back up and kill him again. I think I have everything I wanted from the store down here, so I don't think I'm gonna do this too frequently, but I am also going to show you something which will probably be sped up in the final video. Anybody watching it live is going to have to deal with the whole thing. In the final video, this is probably going to be sped up because it's boring and monotonous, but it's for a good cause. So you equip your short bow, equip some standard arrows. You want to hit triangle to dual wield the bow, and you want to L1 zooms in. There you go. Then you can move around with the right stick. You want to shoot this tail as many times as you can. It's going to take about 30 tries. And the best thing to do is just to get the timing. If you let go right about there, you hit the tail. And then it comes around. If you're good, you can hit it while it's there too. I tend to miss it. So if you're not very accurate and you're willing to just waste some arrows, he walks over, then he goes back up there. And you can pull up the next arrow, let it fly, and hit the tail. I'm going to try and hit it over here. Look, I actually did hit it. Either way, this is going to take about 30 arrows. It's a pain. The payoff for this is well worth it. And I'm shooting the tail, shooting the tail, shooting the tail. Normally there's silence here, but I'm recording this after the fact to fill this awkward silent gap. Yeah, take a whole bunch of arrows, keep shooting them. As you can see, that's what I did here. I just sped it up 8 times. This took 8 times longer than you're watching here. Don't make the same mistake I did. Buy arrows. There you go, Drake's Sword. So, as you can see, people who may be watching it on YouTube now, once you cut off the tail, it automatically gives you the sword. It goes straight in your inventory. You don't have to go fetch for it. The tail's gone. Yay, sword. And I'm going to show you why I did this. So, if I can actually fully equip the darn thing. I can! It's 6 and 10. I always get the required parameters wrong. So, this thing, 83 physical damage, plus 16. That's what I get from the parameter bonus, the C rating in strength. This, 200, but it does not increase from any parameters. So it will start out really powerful, but as you're upgrading weapons, other things will pass it. Don't use this weapon forever, and be willing to let it go later on, but starting out, it helps a lot. It also gives you more damage reduction for physical, fire, lightning, and it gives you more stability. Really awesome weapon. I was going to actually change that to that, so I can still use shield when I use the flame. So this weapon... Oh, forgot to switch that. Okay, so this weapon, Drake's Sword, really powerful, really expensive to repair, so keep that in mind. The damage is a ton, and it has a special attack. If you wield it two-handed, and you do a power attack, you actually do this big shockwave thing. Damaging range, but it does reduce the durability of the weapon much quicker. So unless you got a lot of souls to repair it with, don't spam that. It's good, it's useful, but it's not the greatest. From here on, now that I've got the stats for that, I'm going to put a few points into endurance, because it raises your stamina, something I'm going to be using a lot of because I like blocking, and it raises the equip load, because wearing heavier stuff is good. If you keep your equip load half or under of your maximum, so if you can equip 100, if you keep your actual on-person weight 50 or less, you move very quickly. Once you pass that threshold, you don't move as quickly. I like to do a bit of both. I like to block a lot and move really quickly. So right now, if I can find it real quick, stats, I think. I'm at 16 out of 52, so I'm okay for right now. I want to keep it that way. Alright, so let's keep going. You want to watch these ledges. I've fallen off here once or twice, and it's embarrassing when it happens because it's silly and it shouldn't happen. There you go. You'll notice these guys are dropping a one hit now. Let's see. Try Knight, just in case I wasn't going to point out. Hey, look, there's another one over here. Now, you can wait for him to come to you, or you can try and kick him off, which I didn't do well right there. Come on, come this way. There you go. If you kick them off, you do still get their souls. However, if they were going to drop an item, you don't get it. Be very careful going into here. This is where a lot of people, me included, die a lot, actually. I didn't mean to hit R2. There's rats in here. These rats, unlike the earlier ones, do a good amount of poison damage quickly. You even take some poison damage when you block, though not nearly as much. That bar won't do any damage till it hits the top. If that hits the top, you are poisoned. There's also one to the right over here. If you get poisoned, you may as well just run back to the bonfire, because you will probably die if you keep going forward. It's not impossible, but you're probably going to die. So, that's a really tricky area. It's better to play defensively than to try and just wail away, because it's a really narrow area. If you back up, you fall off a ledge. It's just bad all around. If you go up here, there is another Dark Knight, kind of like the one we fought down in the Hydra area, except this one's got a really huge two-handed sword. I don't know what you get for beating him, and I don't really feel like going in there right now. So, I'm going to skip him. But no, if you go up there, that's what awaits you. Ah, not a backstab. Try item. Ah, that's actually a really good hint. So over here, you'll notice, very large enemy. If you come up just a little bit, you can pull that guy from his side. It'll take a minute, but he'll walk over. The boar over there, well, that's what the enemy is. It's a giant armored boar. Its only two weaknesses are its butt, which is unarmored, because I guess stuff's got to go out somewhere, and fire. And there's a nifty little trick that I didn't even know my first few times through, which that little note there actually hinted towards, which I will show you a very easy way to... not easy. It's not even really cheating. It's actually the way the game wanted you to beat him. There's a guy over here. Once you get through here, the boar can't reach it. Yeah, kind of traded blows with him. Once you're in here, he can't reach it. Just don't go over there. Make a beeline straight for here. When you come up, there's going to be this guy, and there's going to be archers over there, or crossbowmen, I guess. Just be wary. It seems like they might not do a lot of damage, but they can pretty quickly. So, keep your shield up. When you need to, you can go down here, drink a flask. They can't hit you here, obviously. Ah, sweet, I got a spear. And then come back up here and take them out. When you get to melee range, they do tend to switch to a sword. Sometimes. Or you can just beat them. Oh, almost went off the edge. So right here, alluring skulls. That's the trick to beating this guy. What they do is they're basically a ranged taunt. Wherever you throw it, the enemy will be drawn towards. So, right up here where you got the items, you throw it down into the fire. And the boar goes, hey, I wonder what's down there. Charges the fire, takes damage. I forgot there was another enemy. Then he probably runs away because he just took a bunch of fire damage. But it gives you 4 of them. You can kill him this way, or you can get him weak enough this way to kill him normally. He may have been too far away to react to that one. So let's try again. Haha! Come on. There you go, right on the fire. If you can get him low, you can also always drop off on top of him, like we've done on bosses previously. Just be careful, because if you drop into the fire, you get hurt, because it's the same way he would. That is one of the larger enemies, so when he's dead, like we just killed him, he's dead for good. He's never coming back, he will not respawn. Good riddance. Bloodstain. Oh, I wonder who died down here. Probably to the boar. Nope, he was distracted by the boar, and I bet you this guy got him. This guy looks like he was leading you on, and he is, so this guy gets you. And even though I was trying to warn you guys about him, I got hit by him. So, don't make my mistake. These guys are weak, and they generally die in one hit, even without the sword. 1 or 2 hits. That said, if you get surrounded in this game, if you get cocky, you die. They can easily kill you. They've killed me a lot of times. You can destroy things. Doesn't really give you any benefit per se. But you can do it. I missed him with the falling attack. This guy I'll get. A note, because I never really touched on it before, if you have your shield actively being like held up, your stamina regenerates much slower. So blocking is great and all, but you need those times to lower your guard to actually regenerate stamina. Get out of my way, table. Looks like there's something down here. I think it's souls? No, mystery key. I don't remember what that's for. I guess we'll find out shortly. It's got to be something coming up. La da da. Hey, look, it's more guys. You die. Ah, got the other one too. And there's something over that way. If you have a steady hand, or are willing to try it a few times, you can just walk right across to pick up a large soul. Come on. Going back across. Alright. And there's a ladder over here, leading even further up. As you can tell, up is the general direction we are going at this point in time. We are hitting the top bell first. Here we go. And we've got a white light. Let's hit the button and go through. And now you'll notice we're even higher above where the boar was. And going along. Watch out over here. No, that's the wrong way. Over here. Here we go. If you can sneak up behind this guy, you can do a critical hit on him. I was not trying for that. These guys are a lot quicker than enemies you faced otherwise. If you don't have the Drake Sword, play defensively. Even if you do, play defensively. Sorry for that loud sound. That was my pop filter falling. Hopefully I'll be okay without it. You pick up a Knight's Shield, English, which I believe is not as good as we've been using. That said, if you didn't pick up the Dragon Shield, this one is actually the first one you can get through the logical path through the game that has 100% physical reduction, and it is more magic reducing than the one we have already. But it's less durable, it's heavier. I'm going to stick with the fire one, the Dragon Shield. That said, the one we just got, the Knight Shield I think it is, not a bad shield. If you didn't pick up the Dragon Shield, highly recommend that one. Very awesome. If you're going the more blocking route. And those enemies, I don't remember what they're called, but the more powerful ones we were just fighting. Am I going the wrong way? No, I'm going the right way. Okay. There are a few of them up here, so just stay on your guard. They tend to parry, actually. They tend to hit pretty hard and pretty quickly. So just keep your guard up around here. See, there he is. If I wasn't keeping my guard literally up, he would have had me right there. Ah, my mistake. I went to try and kick him. Usual bait and attack tactics kind of apply. They'll swing at you, you either get out of the way, or swing at them. Or get out of the way or block, and then swing at them. Be wary of left. Yeah, that's not really be wary of. Right ahead, yada yada. Okay, so there's an enemy or two down here. Not many, nothing powerful. I thought there was an enemy or two down here. Yeah, there he is. You get hit in the back. We got a basement key, which will come in handy. You will probably need that basement key. Try shortcut. So you hit the lever. Yoink yoink. This gate goes up, and now we don't have to go through all that. If we die again, we can go from where those rats were, through here, because the boar will be dead, we'll just have the little enemies to kill, and straight up through here. This game is a lot about shortcuts. As you make progress, there's usually going to be a way to get back where you were fairly easily, once you get to that point. So, that's one of them right there. You don't want to go in there yet. You can, but I'm going to go the longer way, and I'll show you why. We will be going into there, just not quite yet. And you go around this way. You got some enemies over here. Two melee ones, wary of lair. And you've got the crossbow guy. I tend to just rush straight ahead. Ow. Alright, so maybe I'm going to go over here and heal instead. Oh, I didn't see that guy. I don't know how I missed him. But he's not usually here. I must have drawn him from somewhere else. Oh, he also has an Estus Flask, by the way. All of those guys. So they can indeed heal. And, as it should be, your block is only really forward, so if I'm locked onto this guy, and this guy tries to attack me from behind, he will hit me, no matter how high I'm holding my shield, it don't matter. So, be wary of that. And you die. Try tail. Can I hit the dragon tail from here? No. Alright, and now for the reason I went the long way, because that's actually the other entrance into that building. The reason I went the long way, there's a lot of notes over here that should say... No, usually there's a bunch of notes that say bonfire ahead, because there's a bonfire ahead. People like to let you know that, which is good, so you know you're going the right way towards a bonfire. So once we hit this one down here, this will be our spawn point for the time. This one is not kindled yet, so you will only have 5 flasks. I still have 7 because it'll never bring you down to 5, it just won't bring you above 5. I'm not going to level up yet, because I can't hear it right now because I got the sound muted for me, but you guys can probably hear a hammer. There is a blacksmith down here. He can actually fix up your stuff. You can learn a gesture from him, in case you do jolly good cooperation. So you can modify your equipment. Oh, I can't do that. You can reinforce your equipment if you have enough souls and different shards. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't have any Titanite shards, which I thought I did. Did I put them in the... Huh. I do have enough of the Dragon Crest shield, the Twinkling Titanite. You don't want to use those too early though. And I don't have... I could have sworn I had Titanite shards. Eh, whatever. You can also repair while you're here. See, even just the use I did, 81 souls already to repair it, and that was nothing. So we'll repair that, and we will repair the armor. And is there anything I need to purchase from him? Oh, you can buy Titanite shards, so that's not bad. That crest, apparently you can do good things with, but I can't afford it. Weaponsmith box. You can reinforce weapons at a bonfire and reinforce armor at a bonfire. Those are not bad ideas, because you can't always make it back to this guy. I'm not going to get them right now, but it's not a bad idea. And a variety of different weapons and armor. And arrows. I tend to stick with the stuff I've already got, so I'm going to. But, there you go. Also, don't go down there yet. You'll die. Almost guaranteed. Maybe you're good, and you won't die. You're probably going to die. So just don't go down there yet. We will be going down there shortly. It's not too far away. Alright, and it is a little after where I normally cut it, but I had to cut short the, I had to speed up that dragon tail thing. So, this is where I'm going to cut this episode. Thanks for watching. Tune in for the next episode, where I'll hopefully be killing the second boss, I guess, after that, the Taurus demon. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.